What's going on, guys? It's your boy Crypto C's back at it again. I'm sorry for the YouTube slacking. We've had a lot going on, a lot of internal things, building things, such as our e-course, and we attended NFT Miami week with Mark Cuban, Ty Lopez, Grant Cardone, and tons and tons of people that have huge impact in the Web3 space. Made a lot of connections. We've been scheduling meetings. We're actually doing consultation and help incubate certain projects such as NFTs and coins and things like that. So, been super busy, but I wanted to come here and make a video about CELR. I've been calling out CELR for some time. I got into it at an early stage, and I made a recent call out towards the end of February about this. So, in my opinion, it has tremendous utility, and it's what I like to call a blue chip. It's an undervalued blue chip because it's not at quite a billion yet, but I do see it going well above that. All right, so what is CELR, right? Blockchains connected every DApp, every asset, every user. So they're trying to create interoperability between blockchains, between dApps, every asset. So they want to make sure that everything can be connected, kind of like the World Wide Web. Like instead of you having to go to different sectors, like you can type in .com, .io, .this, .that in your web browser and go there. You don't have to have specific browser to get in this one or specific hardware to get in that one. So this is what they're trying to do, is bring all the blockchains together, because right now, yeah, there's bridges. You got to bridge it over here, move it over here. But what they're really trying to do is put everything together. Okay. So let's go ahead and look. And this is going to be a video series. So there's so much that CELR offers that I'm not going to be able to cram it into this video. Okay. So what is CELR? CELR is a blockchain, and again, I just said it, blockchain interoperability protocol, enabling a one-click experience, accessing tokens, DeFi, GameFi, NFTs, governance, and more across multiple chains, guys. So I want to point something out here, okay? One-click user experience. Now, what does one-click user experience remind you of? Okay, maybe you didn't get it. Amazon. Okay, so Amazon started off as a bookstore and then wanted to be online, but Jeff Bezos, the way he made so much ridiculous amounts of money is that he was hell-bent on creating a one-click experience. Now, this is back in the day of, Web 1.0, and he pretty much tasks his employees with creating a one-click experience, and there was a lot of issues coming up left and right, and they couldn't do it, and he just kept coming back to the table saying one-click experience, one-click experience, and eventually they were able to get it. And now, this is how people are rolling over in their sleep and ordering things, and it's arriving the next day, or on the toilet ordering things and it's arriving in the next 2 days. So this is how they became such a big companies, because they gave a one-click user experience. And right now, crypto's anything but a one-click user experience. We have how-to videos on how to bridge and how to send your assets from this exchange to that one, and then get it into a decentralized exchange and this and that. I'm pretty sure at some point we're going to tell our kids how to go through Pancake Swap and Uniswap and etc. So I just wanted to point that out. One of the major things that I love about CELR. All right, so developers can build interchain native dApps using the CELR Interchain Message SDK to gain access to efficient liquidity utilization. That's going over a lot of heads. I honestly don't understand it 100%, but I do get the concept. Right, coherent application logic and shared states. Users of CELR-enabled dApps will enjoy the benefits of a diverse multi-blockchain ecosystem with the simplicity of a single transaction UX, which I believe stands for UI, as like a form of UI, all from one single chain. Okay, so we can learn more, but you can kind of see here we got Bitcoin, Ethereum, Tether, USDC. They're all working together, and then you got some down here as well, Polygon and Ethereum, etc. Right? So use CELR. So if you stake CELR, help secure CELR and capture network value. The CELR Stake Guardian Network, which is SGN, is a proof of stake blockchain. Proof of stake is like a like Binance and some of these other popular blockchains where Ethereum is trying to move to, because they're based on proof of work, just like Bitcoin, which requires a lot of hardware and uses a lot of energy. Okay. Built on Tendermint that serves as the message router between different blockchains. Okay, so they're pretty much their whole utility or use case is connecting things. Okay, amongst more. So validator nodes have to stake CELR tokens to join the consensus process of the SGN. The CELR staking process is a crucial part of the economic security of the CELR interchain message framework. To use the SGN's message routing service and to store the multi-signature attestation, users must pay a fee to the SGN for these services. These usage fees are distributed to the CELR stakers and validators for their work in securing the network in addition to the block reward. Okay, so dumbed down version of that. If you're a validator, then you are pretty much like running a node, right? Or if you're a staker, you have some of the coins, and this is proof of stake. So what you're doing is you're staking it. So as being a part of keeping the network secure, right? Because it's based on proof of stake and not proof of work, then that means you are getting some of those fees kicked back to you. So that's how you're able to make money by staking with CELR, because they're actually charging fees to do trading, very small fees, and those can add up over time. And that's how you're able to make a return on staking your CELR tokens. All right, so there's more here. If you want to stake CELR, run a validator, learn more, you can go to CELR, CELER.network. All right, again, we're going to do multiple video series on this project. Super bullish on CELR. And it's currently trading about 5 cents. So multi-blockchain asset bridge, instant transfer, zero trust. So CELR C Bridge is a decentralized and non-custodial asset bridge that supports 80 plus tokens across 20 plus blockchains and layer 2 rollups. That's huge. Built on top of the CELR interchain message framework, C-Bridge has processed 5 billion cross-chain asset transfer volume on 20 plus blockchains for more than 110,000 unique users, and is growing and expanding into more blockchains and layer 2. So again, they're trying to get their hands on everything and connect everything. So imagine the amount of trading fees and things that are going to pile up for the stakers, for the validators. It's definitely very promising. Okay, so layer 2 finance, so easy access, 100x lower cost for DeFi. So layer 2 finance tackles the two largest challenges preventing DeFi from reaching mass adoption: the extraordinary high transaction fees and being very difficult to navigate and use. And these are things that we run into. We have a whole e-course that pretty much teaches people how to navigate these things, and people still have questions, and we have classes and hands-on learning, and it's just, right now it's a tedious process. And if they're able to bring this utility to market and make things easier, that's going to make it easier for people to pour into DeFi. More people pour into DeFi, more money pours into DeFi. More money pours into DeFi means higher market caps, means gains for us, the pioneers that are here in the trenches going through all of the tedious processes. But we can utilize CELR to alleviate a lot of this stress. Think about why you go to a doctor or a lawyer, right? You don't just go, you go because they fix a problem, and they're trying to fix the problem of making DeFi more accessible and cheaper. So layer 2 finance is a novel solution that allows people to access all existing DeFi protocols at a fraction of the cost, like a DeFi public transportation system. Again, you guys can read more into this. I'm going to do some specific videos on each one of these topics later on, but I did want to get this out because I've been kind of holding this close to heart. My community with DeFi defenders have been hearing about CELR quite a bit, and we ran it up. I called it right above right around 4 cents, and then it dipped to just above 3 cents. Called it out again that I was buying that dip, and it went up to 8 cents, and it's currently consolidating between 5 and 6 cents right now. The all-time high is about 20 cents. So at the time of this video, if you hear this information, you like what you see, always do your own research. This is not financial advice. This is how bullish I am on this project. So you make your own financial decisions. If you come to the same conclusion that I have, good, great job. All right. So build on CELR. So there's a C-Bridge SDK, a CELR interchain meshes SDK. I am not a developer. I really don't understand these things, but I do know, bridging stuff for like lending, collateral on one chain, borrow on another, NFT market, bid auctions taking place on a different chain, yield aggregators, multi-chain metaverse games, DAO governance from any chain. So these things are huge. I'm just not very familiar with SDKs and understanding the internal workings, which is why we're looking for an in-house developer. All right, so 28 chains that are supported. You can see several of these here. If you recognize the logos, I recognize quite a few of these, right? There's over 88 tokens currently supported. So again, you can review these and see which ones are supported. Looks like a lot of the ones that we use, Polygon, FTM, Avalanche. I'm sure Binance is in there, and etc. Right? So all in all, that is CELR. We're gonna go into a more deep dive and telling you more things, going over their products, which we did kind of go into today, the technology. Um, let's go ahead and read over the technology part as well. You might get a little technical here. But CELR uses smart contracts that are deployed on each chain paired with a state guardian network, which is the SGM we already talked about, a Tendermint based blockchain, in order to enable seamless multi blockchain interoperability. To send a message or invoke a smart contract function cross-chain, a user or a dApp will first send their intention as a message with a structured header and arbitrary binary payload to a message bus smart contract on the source chain. So some of you guys are like, what the fuck is that? Right? Don't worry about it unless you are looking to get more advanced, which of course we have an advanced e-course where you'll learn things about this interoperability, arbitrary and validators, nodes, all these type of things, right? So if you really want to understand the inner workings, you can come to technology, read more information on the proof of stake, and the layers that they're offering. So all right, so with that being said, you can go further into it if you like, or you could wait for the further videos that we're going to drop on CELR. But now let's go ahead and take a look at the chart. All right, so as you can see here, guys, on the chart, we have this launching in March of 19 and pretty much started around, close this candle, just under 2 cents, dropped severely. So I'm sure lots of people were very unhappy about that happening. However, those that bought in and dollar cost averaged and bought this dip here, we're loving life because its all-time high was just under 20 cents. So from 2 cents to 20 cents is a 10x or a 1000x return, but from this stage is 100x, right about here. If you got in at this stage right here, this little dip, all right, let's just say you got in there in May of 2020, then you got 100x. You put in $1,000, you got $100,000, guys. All right. So this is why I love things with utility. They may take, it's due to the market conditions or FUD that's going on or bad news or this one's banning that or whatever. All right. Let's go ahead and go to my. So I actually got into CELR right around here, right around 2 cents the first time. I think it was just below 2 cents. So most likely right here, February or March. No, it was definitely February because it was not above 2 cents when I got it. So this is right around where I got in my first time. Wrote it up here. The first wave went to 10 cents. I was super happy, but I definitely had a lot of belief, and then it came back down very close to where I had gotten in, right? But I didn't fold. I actually bought a little bit more and then wrote it up to about 19 cents. This was when I took some profits. It took about 80% profit, held about 20%. And then we called this out in our Telegram, and it's right around 4 cents or so, and then it did this little dip, and I called it out again just above 3 cents. From that point on, which was the end of February, all the way till the end of March, pretty much went up almost to 9 cents. It was like 8.5 cents was the peak. So almost a 300% gain on what I consider an undervalued blue chip. I think this is going to be, in the multiple billions. Right now it's about 300 million market cap. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do a quick markup on this chart. So we have some support and resistance here, which you'll see we need to break these levels. And if we see a break of the level down here where you see price being supported, kind of like the new floor that was created, and it also meshes back here with all of this, right? So we're in between these two. This is a support, this is resistance. So if this is going to break out of here, it's going to do something like this most likely. right? Or it could break a little bit lower before breaking the all-time high. Because I do believe when it breaks the all-time high, it's going to run up. I think it's going to run up pretty decently. Um, and likewise, if it was to break through here, we might be through some period of consolidation or finding a new recent lower low, possibly going around this range, which honestly, I would love to get this at a cheaper price, as you now know how much utility this project provides and how many problems they're going to solve and how much money they're going to save people and just make things in life easier in the whole DeFi world. Okay. So let's go ahead and mark up, because we are bullish. Let's go ahead and mark up for the upside. I'm going to move this over here. Let's go ahead and mark up for the upside. So we're looking at the weekly chart here. So I'm actually going to take from the previous higher low. So we had higher high. This is a higher low, higher high. This is a higher low, as long as it doesn't break this area. So I'm going to go ahead and mark from the lowest wick here to the highest wick with my Fibonacci. All right, and I have a specialized Fibonacci because I am a trader. Been trading stocks and forex since 2013 and teaching and learning since then as well. So what I have here is let's go right. So this is the beginning. This is the peak here. So we're currently on it went below 87, so almost a 90% retracement from this point to this point, which is very common in the crypto space, right? So where I am going to target my first, if we were buying, let's say sale by around 61, once it goes up to 61, breaks out here. So we're going to mark this up as if we are buying it right about here. All right, so I want to see something like this happen. Obviously, I'm buying more coins even at this current state. But as a trader, I like to have a visual representation. So for this breakout, this is what I'm looking at. My first target price is going to be 24 cents. You might have some pullback, and then we have the 161 up here, which is about 49 cents, almost 50 cents. It's currently at just under 5 cents. So that would be a 10x return. So this is the short-term version, and I'm going to do the long-term version. So I'm actually going to do from the lowest low to the highest high, since we do not have a ton of data. It's only 2.5 years. So anyways, guys, had some technical difficulties with my fibs. Could not figure it out why it's not aligning correctly. It's one of my most used tools. But essentially what we're looking for here is a run-up of here. We're looking at a run-up possibility of about $2 or so. So we're looking at this here, this here, this here. We have a support, and then we're looking for the run-up there. And we'll move drawings. All right, so if you guys are bullish on CELR, please leave a comment below, like, comment, subscribe if you have not already to the channel. We're going to be providing a ton of value. We're going to be doing some podcasts with some upcoming projects, AMAs, interviews, deep dives into projects, tons of value, guys. Just, make sure you guys stick with us. It's been a super crazy hectic setup of DeFi defenders, just because there's a lot of moving parts. There's so much you want to do, but we got to really focus on what is going to provide you guys with value. So we're going to put a ton of time, a ton of marketing money into our YouTube and making sure things are running smoothly, efficiently, but most importantly, consistently. So make sure you guys, again, connect with us, join our free Telegram. It's t.me/DeFi Defenders free. Make sure you guys go ahead and join. And like I said, we have an upcoming free weekly trial that you guys can take advantage of. You can learn how to chart and how to trade some of these things. Like right now we're measuring, let's go to my Zoid setups. Right now we're measuring the altcoin season. And as you can see, I got a lot of stuff. We're measuring the altcoin season. So if you want to learn stuff like this on how to measure the altcoin season, which is essentially Ethereum versus Bitcoin and its dominance, we teach you all these things, and you guys can see these different markups that we have on these pairs. Right now, Binance is trading below this weekly zone that we have, so it didn't necessarily pan out right around here, but it does have to break this weekly level to continue, which it came up and it teetered out. It hit massive resistance and then dropped. So right now we're waiting for it to pan out. But again, guys, we're here to provide value. So we look forward to seeing you. Make sure you guys become a subscriber and join the Telegram. We look forward to seeing you on the inside. Peace.